Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Sister Wives world has been rocked once again, and this time the bombshell doesn't come from whispers of another marriage collapsing, or from Robin Brown's endless tears, but from a courtroom ruling that could permanently alter Kody Brown's legacy as both a father and husband. In a shocking twist, a judge has allegedly ordered supervised visitation for Kody with some of his children after his explosive temper was deemed a dangerous liability, citing what insiders call uncontrollable rage that made the court take decisive action. Kody's violent outbursts, screaming matches with Janelle, Christine, and even his oldest children have been seen by viewers for years. However, no one anticipated that his temper would grow to the point where a legal authority would intervene and restrict his contact with his own family. Court documents revealed chilling testimony from some of the Brown children, as well as at least one of Kody's ex-wives, describing instances in which Kody's anger created unsafe environments. This was according to speculation from insiders and the swirling online fan chatter. The ruling came after months of private disputes that reportedly escalated behind the scenes. Fans recall with growing unease episodes where Kody's fury was captured on camera, slamming his hands, raising his voice so loudly the other wives flinched, and storming out of conversations when he didn't get his way. Previously dismissed as reality TV drama, these on-screen moments now appear to have been warning signs of something far more serious. According to reports, the judge was disturbed by these patterns and came to the conclusion that Kody's rage episodes could be dangerous, especially to younger children. As a result, the judge decided that any visitation would have to be done under supervision, and with a neutral party present to intervene if Kody got angry. Insiders say that Kody is humiliated and furious about the decision. Family sources say that he sees it as a betrayal not only by the system but also by his own ex-wives, whom he thinks are feeding the court false testimony. Robin, who was once his most steadfast defender, is said to be shaken by the ruling, and her confidence in Kody's ability to maintain control in front of the children is said to be waning. The ripple effect has been immediate and seismic. The order allegedly feels like validation to Mary and Janelle, who have watched Kody's temper demolish the family for years, evicting children and alienating anyone who dared to question him. Christine, who walked away years ago citing his controlling behavior, is reportedly unsurprised, even relieved, telling friends that she always knew the day would come when the truth about his anger would catch up to him. Fans, too, have been divided. Some feel sympathy for Kody, arguing that reality TV magnified his stress and painted him unfairly, while others insist that the judge's decision was long overdue, a legal acknowledgement of the chaos viewers have witnessed for over a decade. However, supervised visitation has far-reaching practical implications that go beyond the shock. This means that Kody cannot see some of the children unless an approved monitor is present, which could be a professional social worker, a supervisor appointed by the court, or even a family member with whom Kody has agreed. It means that every interaction is filtered through oversight, and there will be no more private father-child bonding or unsupervised family home visits. This is a devastating blow for a man who has always taken pride in his control and patriarchal authority, taking away one of his last powers after his plural marriages failed. There is already a lot of speculation about how this ruling might affect the schedule of TLC's filming. How can the network continue portraying Kody as a central figure if he is legally restricted in his contact with some of his kids? Will future episodes have to include disclaimers or blurred out footage if supervised visits take place during production? And what about Robin's children, who are still minors? Are they affected by the ruling, or does it apply only to certain ex-wives' households? The lack of clarity has fueled endless debate online, with fans dissecting every legal detail and speculating about which children might have been at the center of the judge's concern. Some claim it likely involves the younger kids, who are most vulnerable to emotional harm from an unpredictable outburst. Others point to Kody's fractured relationships with his adult sons, particularly Garrison and Gabriel, suggesting their testimony may have carried weight in persuading the court that Kody's anger was a family-wide problem, not just a marital one. The order also raises painful questions about Kody's long-term role in his children's lives. Supervised visitation is often seen as a temporary measure, intended to provide structure until a parent can demonstrate self-control, complete anger management courses, or undergo therapy. However, in some instances, it becomes permanent, restricting the parent's interaction with their children for life. For Kody, who once boasted about his giant united family, such an outcome would be nothing short of catastrophic. Insiders suggest he has already lashed out privately, blaming Christine, Janelle, and even Mary for conspiring against him. While Robin is caught in the middle, torn between defending her husband and acknowledging the seriousness of the court's concern. The irony is almost unbearable for longtime viewers. Kody, who once demanded loyalty, obedience, and respect from his wives and children, now finds himself forced to earn the court's trust just to see his kids. His rages, which he once used as tools of intimidation and control, have instead become evidence against him. Fans note that this could finally explain the tense silence from certain family members on social media, where cryptic posts about healing, safety, and breaking cycles of anger have appeared in recent months. They suggest that those posts might have been indirect allusions to the secret legal dispute. If this is the case, it indicates that the family has been waiting for the end of this legal drama for some time. The Brown family as we knew it may never recover now that it has. However, if Kody decides to accept the ruling as a wake-up call, there is also the possibility of redemption. He could agree to anger management therapy, collaborate with monitors of supervised visitation, and gradually re-establish trust with his children. But given his history of pride and defiance, few fans believe he will submit so easily. They assert that he will most likely lash out at his ex-wives, rage against the system, and portray himself as the victim of a witch hunt. Either way, the drama is far from over because supervised visitation is not just a legal technicality. It is a scarlet letter, a public declaration that the court views Kody Brown as unsafe without oversight. And once it's on, that label is almost impossible to remove. One thing is certain. The public's perception of Kody Brown has been shattered, regardless of whether fans perceive it as a tragic downfall or as justice served. He is no longer just the flawed but charismatic patriarch of sister wives. Instead, he is a man whose rage is deemed dangerous by the court, a father who is stripped of his independence, and a husband who is limited to supervised visits. And as the dust settles, the question remains. Will Kody rise from this humiliation with humility, or will his anger, the very thing that brought him here, consume what little remains of his once mighty family empire? Mary Brown, star of Sister Wives, just made a mean comment about Christine Brown Woolley, her former sister. So, what is Kody Brown's former first wife upset over? And is she just being snarky? Keep reading for more details on what went down between the ladies. Mary Brown takes petty swipes at Christine. The OG three wives appeared to get along well when Sister Wives first started in 2010. They shared one home, one husband, and all of their children. Mary Brown, a former first wife, praised Christine Brown Woolley, a former third wife, for how she ran the house. Throughout the early years of the show, they even had fun times at various events. Sadly, it came out that the women were not as close as they appeared, with Christine and Janelle Brown being the last close friends standing. Janelle has confided in Mary over the last few years, but that does not apply to Christine.